Let me take you back to a summer morning in 1990 in San Antonio, Texas. This was a day that would forever change the lives of Teresa and Curtis Seeman, parents of Heidi Lynn Seeman, an 11-year-old girl with a contagious smile and an adventurous spirit. Heidi had spent the night at a friend's house, a simple sleepover that turned into a waking nightmare when she failed to return home the following day. The sun was high in the sky, it was noon, and the Seeman's household was growing anxious. Heidi was not back home. In a direct quote from Teresa Seeman, she states, "We expected her home by noon. When she didn't show up, we began to worry." Curtis Seeman, Heidi's father, echoed the same sentiment, saying, "Something in my gut told me that something was wrong." As the clock ticked away, the panic heightened. The Seemans turned to the police, sparking an immediate investigation into Heidi's disappearance. The last piece of the puzzle was a chilling detail from Heidi's friend. She recounted walking halfway home with Heidi and noticing a red car slowing down, its driver peering at them. When she glanced back moments later, Heidi had vanished. The police sprang into action, but the initial search turned up nothing. Heidi, who was just seen walking down Stall Road, was now nowhere to be found. The red car, the mysterious driver, and Heidi's sudden disappearance stirred a chilling unease in the heart of the city. Heidi's parents were left in a state of despair. Teresa Seeman later recalled, "It was like the earth had swallowed her up. Our little girl was just gone." Curtis Seeman added, "We didn't know what to think. We were just hoping she would show up." And just like that, Heidi Seeman was gone, her whereabouts a mystery that would haunt her family and the city of San Antonio. The days following Heidi's disappearance were a whirlwind of worry and desperate hope. Time seemed to both stand still and race forward, each passing hour a stark reminder that Heidi was still missing. The local community rallied, turning out in droves to join the search for the missing 11-year-old girl. The effort was exhaustive, with search parties combing through every inch of San Antonio, Texas, and the surrounding areas. Police officers, volunteers, Heidi's family, and friends, they all held on to the hope that Heidi would be found safe. But as the days turned into weeks, that hope began to wane. The search was not yielding the results everyone so desperately yearned for. Then, on the 25th of August, 21 days after Heidi's disappearance, the unimaginable happened. A landowner, out on a routine check of his property in a rural area outside Wimberley, Texas, made a tragic discovery. The body of young Heidi Lynn Seeman was found along a county road. The landowner, shaken by the grim find, recalled, "I was just out there to check on the land. I just hope they find who did this to that poor girl." The police were immediately called to the scene. The officers who first responded were visibly affected by the sight that met them. One veteran officer noted, "In all my years on the force, I've seen a lot, but nothing prepares you for finding a child. It's the sort of thing that stays with you." An autopsy confirmed the worst fears of Heidi's family and the community at large. Her death was ruled a homicide. The news sent shockwaves throughout the community, turning the fear and worry that had been lingering in the air into a palpable sense of loss and grief. The search for Heidi had ended, but the search for her killer had only just begun. In the wake of Heidi's death, the pursuit of justice took center stage. As the dust settled on the grim discovery of Heidi's body, investigators were flooded with leads, suspects, and questions. Among the many threads they were pulling at, one name kept surfacing: Major Eric Duncan. Duncan was no stranger to the Seeman family. He had been a beacon of hope and leadership in the early search efforts for Heidi. More than that, he was a familiar face to Heidi's father, Curtis, from their days in the Air Force together. Duncan's connection to the case deepened when investigators learned that his car matched the description of the red vehicle Heidi's friend had seen on the day of her disappearance. The driver's physical appearance also eerily echoed Duncan's. With these pieces falling into place, charges were brought against Duncan through the military justice system. The proceedings that followed were a whirlwind of testimonies, cross-examinations, and pointed questions. During the Article 32 hearing, a preliminary hearing in military law, one investigator was quoted as saying, "We followed every lead, every clue, and they all brought us back to Duncan." Despite the mounting evidence and the courtroom theatrics, the charges against Duncan were dropped. The decision sent shockwaves through the community and left the Seeman family grappling with a painful reality. The man who was once a beacon of hope in their darkest hour had been under the microscope, only to walk away unscathed. As the years rolled on, Investigators continued to chase down leads, but the trail was growing cold. The vibrant threads that once held the promise of justice slowly faded into a tapestry of dead ends and unanswered questions. Many suspects entered the frame, but none were ever convicted. Despite the leads and suspects, the case grew cold, leaving a void in the pursuit of justice. Heidi's story, like so many others, serves as a stark reminder of the painful struggle families endure when faced with the chilling specter of a cold case. 3 decades have passed, and Heidi Seeman's killer remains at large. The case, now under the diligent watch of the Texas Rangers, still yearns for closure. Ranger Trampus Gooding, who took the lead in 2007, has pledged his unwavering commitment to the pursuit of justice, a beacon of hope in this long-standing mystery. The pain of Heidi's loss echoes in the hearts of many, a chilling testament to the devastating ripple effects of such cold cases. As Heidi's mother, Teresa Seeman, once said, "The not knowing is the hardest part." This sentiment is shared by countless families, their lives forever marred by similar tragedies. Each day they grapple with the agonizing unknown, clinging onto hope, onto the possibility of justice. In this relentless fight, we're reminded of the raw resilience of the human spirit. Justice may be delayed, but the pursuit of it never ends. For Heidi, for her family, and for all those touched by this tragedy, the fight continues. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share our videos to bring awareness around these tragic cases. Someone out there has information that can solve this case. If you have anything to share, please share in the comments below. If you have information pertaining to the case, please reach out to the Texas Rangers on their cold case website or by calling 1-800-346-3243